allow me to do the honor of introducing our first plenary speaker. Undersecretary Jeanette M. Lopez, CESO-1, is the Executive Director of the Mindanao Development Authority, or MINDA, which integrates Mindanao's development and coordinates the Philippines' participation in the BIMP-Iaga sub-regional bloc, a career executive service officer rank 1. She also heads several key intergovernmental bodies and holds a PhD in organizational development and strategic business economics, an MBA, and a BA in economics. She will be represented today by Dr. Adrian Tamayo, MINDA's Policy Formulation Division Chief.
Good morning. I really intended to have a melodramatic entrance in order to offset the introduction. Anyway, good morning po. Of course, greetings first. Allow me first to greet the host, Dr. Virasol, the president of the Bukidnon State University. Actually, Doc, this is my second for this month because I was also here last October 8th to celebrate the Statistics Month, by which we were also discussed. We discussed about AI as well, along with the data and statistics. And I told the group that if I will be again joining for the third time within the month, then I'm going to be a regular. So this is the second, and so not yet a regular, but of course this therefore states about the event being special with the members, of course the institutions here in what we call the dictum of in pare parem non habet imperium, which means all equals for the development. That's that we have the Bukso for the development of Bukidnon province and the northern Mindanao, and of course the Philippine Institute for Development Studies. So with Dr. Philip Tuanyo. Doc, thank you very much for coming over. For the development of the whole country, that's also the direction that the PIDS has established. We also have the development of the Bangsamoro, the Director General of the Bangsamoro, the BCDA. We have Director General Bangsamoro Planning and Development Authority, Engineer Muhajirin Ali. Sir, yours is MNSA, mine is MPSA. So in the alphabet, yours takes precedence over mine. He is into the National Security Administration. Mine is with the Public Safety Administration. Thank you very much, Engineer Ali. And of course, to the Vice President of the Development Academy of the Philippines, Mark Lemuel Garcia. Doc, good morning. Of course, the Development Academy of the Philippines had always been, when it was created, is actually where you will always find the bright boys because it was created for that purpose during that time in the 70s. And we have, of course, Dr. Garcia with us. And to other presenters, Dr. Aubrey Tabuga, the Senior Research Fellow from the Philippine Development Studies, and Jovelyn Lapatis, the Associate Professor, Information Technology, College of Technologies, and Dr. Sales Aribe, the Department of Information and Technology. Well, I uh, before I deliver the speech of the undersecretary, I hope you won't mind and give me provide me the indulgence, no? Kasi graduate po ako ng AIM. The AIM that is not in Makati, but different AIM. Ako ini Mike. So this is my mic as yet. Narration a bit because that's the AIM DJ. Ako ini mic. This is my mic as yet. No. So, because I traveled yesterday, upon the knowledge that there's a collapse of the road that connects Davao City and Bukidnon. So I decided to travel yesterday early morning. My friend told me that the road that would connect Talaingo to San Fernando happens to be nearer, closer. But I did not realize that closer does not mean also easy. So it took me 5 hours and 30 minutes to be here. But the information that was provided through the AI happened to be one of significant information because it provided me an option. There were 3 options actually. For one to travel from Davao to Bukidnon or to CDO. One would be the use of the Carmen, Cotabato. The other one, it would take 7 hours. The other one would be to use the Talaingod, Davao, Talaingod, San Fernando to Valencia. That would take 5 hours and 37 minutes. The other one is by using the Butuan, Misamis Occidental, and I do not know how many hours. I think that would be for your enjoyment. So it's irrelevant. It's grounded. It's because an information. But the drive that I did, now by the way, I drive my own. It was not AI, but it was more of manual intelligence. So it was not furious. It was neither fast, so not fast and furious. I would change. No, it was not fast, but it was furious because more often the Google Map and the Waze and me were never friends. Because there are some areas that were off spot. So at any rate, it provided me an information and that goes to the rest. Only that there are challenges. And that is one thing that we are discussing today. So, of course, to everyone present, maraming salamat. I think I'm already successful in getting your attention. So, I'm now ready to deliver the speech of the Undersecretary Janet Lopus, our Executive Director, who is actually really wanting to be here. She really wanted to be here. But because of plenty of activities, she just arrived from a UNIDO event from China, then immediately, just this week, and immediately went to a meeting in Manila. And if we would have already the Bukidnon Airport, then we could surely have all the connectivity, and this schedule would have been also part that would be completed because later in the week, the Undersecretary Janet Lopus would also be joining the Mindanao Infrastructure Summit in the CDO. Nonetheless, I hope I can stand to the, if not the substance, impression. With that, let me read the message of the Undersecretary. A pleasant morning to our partners from the Philippine Institute for Development Studies, Bukidnon State University, our Mindanao Knowledge Center, network members, distinguished guests from the academe, local government, civil society, and our development partners. Bayong buntag natong tanan. That's better. No. Well, I used to tell that to my son. That's better. We gather today under the banner of the 11th Mindanao Policy Research Forum, an annual collaboration that continues to grow as a platform for reflection, research, and regional renewal. This year's theme, Harnessing AI in Mindanao, Pathways for People-Centered Governance. could not be more timely. We stand in an era when digital transformation defines competitiveness, and when artificial intelligence, or what we commonly call as AI, has become a catalyst for both opportunity and uncertainty. Mindanao's current landscape uh, looks at, as always, to our advantage. The Mindanao remains the country's land of promise, blessed with abundant natural resources, fertile land, and a rich tapestry of cultures. Yet, it continues to face persistent challenges. Poverty. It's not part of the speech, but let me just digress. That 8 out of 10 provinces that are having functional illiteracy are in Mindanao, and poverty still happen to be persistent. Yet, it is now different from many years back because magnitude and prevalence have changed. Because prevalence, yes, but magnitude, we are almost there at the threshold. Long, long before, it could be that from the threshold of 15,000, some of the provinces would have an income of, on the average, 10,000. But now it's almost 13,000 due to the created opportunities due to peace. And we give thanks, of course, to the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao for that created peace. Fragmented governance, well, they have limited connectivity and uneven pace of development. As President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. reminds us through the vision of Bagong Pilipinas, that progress must be inclusive, should be innovative, and should be integrated. That no island, no sector, and no Filipino should be left behind. In Minda, under the leadership of Secretary Leo Tereso Magno, we translate this into action through our Building Better Mindanao campaign, which aims to bridge the digital divide, enhance connectivity, and build systems that empower people rather than replace them. That should allay the fears. When the challenges at hand, Mindanao's entry into the AI era is not about catching up. It is about catching the moment. Technology should not be seen as machinery, rather as a mindset. The challenge before us is to cultivate new culture of governance, one that embraces data, innovation, and foresight. AI can process information faster than any human, but it is our values, our sense of community, our bayanihan and kinship that will determine how technology serves humanity, most especially our patriotism. That is the real essence of AR for people-centered governance. Technological shifts that affects education economy such that our goal is to ensure AI benefits that should reach all Mindanaoans. And that we should be asked, how can AI drive inclusive and equitable growth? And so we therefore look at the issues and gaps in this forum. First, we try to look at the digital divide, which remains to be wide. And many of our rural and island provinces still lack reliable internet and data infrastructures. But these are the places where opportunity abounds. These are the places where the plantations, these are the places where where you could grow plenty of food. Limiting access to education services and markets. Second, we face a human capital challenge. There are limited opportunities for our youth to gain skills in data analytics, robotics, and AI applications. Third, we look at governance fragmentation, which continues to hinder efficient policy coordination. And lastly, we look at climate-related risks that remain among the greatest threats to our shared future. Long before we keep on saying that we are an exception to the typhoons, yet we are now part of that claim. There are already plenty of typhoons coming to Mindanao. Is it part of being a land of promise that even typhoons will continue to visit? Yet amidst these gaps, transformation is happening. Local governments are adopting data dashboards. Farmers are embracing precision technologies, and universities like Bukso are integrating AI into their research and innovation systems. In alignment with President Marcos Jr.'s priorities, Minda pursues strategies that transform challenges into opportunities, such as digital transformation, by strengthening Mindanao's e-governance and data integration systems to make decision-making faster and more transparent. Food security, because there are plenty of areas here in Mindanao that are already producing more than 100% in terms of food sufficiency. That even would include fish sufficiency, more than 100%, more than the ability for consumption of the whole of Mindanao. Infrastructure modernization, ensuring that AI-enabled connectivity supports inter-island linkages and trade corridors. Peace and governance using analytics to support peace building, social inclusion, and good governance in the BARM and the whole of Mindanao, and of course, in creating human capital development by equipping our youth and workers with digital and AI skills through collaborations with the HUCs and the TESTA. And the Secretary's program of creating the Mindanao Disaster Resiliency and Development Center, which is a component both of a disaster and a resource and information center, big data analytics. Through the MDRRC, we envision AI tools that can forecast hazards, map vulnerabilities, and guide investments for the most at-risk communities. This is smart resilience in action, where data becomes life-saving intelligence. And so these efforts are grounded in the Mindanao Development Agenda, particularly Agenda 6, which is the digital transformation and innovation, Agenda 8, preparedness and resilience, and Agenda 9, peace, governance, and institutions. Each agenda item reinforces the principle that technology and governance must go hand in hand, that a smart Mindanao must also be a just and equitable Mindanao. We envision a Mindanao where every community, whether in Marawi, Davao, Zamboanga, Tawi-Tawi, Agusan del Sur, Misamis Oriental, has equal access to digital opportunities where farmers harness AI-driven data to increase productivity, where LGUs use predictive analytics to make informed policies, where technology strengthens, not replaces our shared humanity. And so therefore, friends, colleagues, workers in the government, everyone who has a stake, we conclude this forum and let us remember that building a better Mindanao is not only about a physical infrastructure. It is about intelligence infrastructure. It is about resilience infrastructure. And it is about moral infrastructure. We owe to the coming generations the kind of life we enjoy today. Artificial intelligence will only be as good as the human intelligence that guides it. Let's not let AI define Mindanao's destiny, but our collective wisdom will. So that today, let us commit to harnessing AI, not just for efficiency, but for equity. Not just for modernization, but for meaning. Not just for speed, but for sustainability. Together, let us build a smart, sustainable, and stronger Mindanao. One that truly leaves no one behind. Daghang salamat padayon ta sa atong panagiusa alang sa Mindanao.